Oh my God, I'm actually early. I'm early. And I've done everything. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Hi, Richie. Look, I finished. We've still got like another 3 minutes of the intro tune to go. Ah! Usually what happens is that goes into then the radio edit, which is the next tune that plays, and I'm still not ready, but I'm ready today. Yes, welcome. Hello, Scott to Rave. Yeah, your stream earlier was amazing. It was just what I needed. I've been doing studio stuff all day. I finished a remix, which I've given out to you guys for free as an early Christmas present. And started another one. You know how we do. I just want to say as well, like before we get started, to any of the other producers, you know when you've finished a track and you're like, I'm really happy with how that sounds. And when you go to start the next one, do you know, I almost didn't even start it today because I kind of got the fear. And like, as a lot of you will know, and if you don't, like, a lot of music production runs very parallel with a journey of self-belief. And a lot of the time what we're doing as producers is we are pushing on back on this resistance to do stuff because it's scary. It's scary. Hey, Dave, why are you in hospital, Dave? Hello to Kevin. Hello everyone on Facebook as well. I will be concentrating more on the Twitch stuff, so come on over to Twitch if you are watching. But yeah, so I did start to think today that I was getting this fear of starting the next track. So I worked with that and I called the track The Fear. And I got quite far with it today. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that because I know that it's something that a lot of people will relate to. I'm very bright today. Let's lower the brightness on my light. Why won't you dim? Thank you. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. What? That's weird. Okay, so that way's darker. That way's lighter. Hello, Danny. Hello, everybody. So, yeah, I just thought I'd share that because I know that, you know, it can be very debilitating as a producer, as an artist. When you finish something, you're like, oh, it's like starting. Well, it's starting again. So, hi, Stefan. And another thing I did recently was I spent about 2 days going through all of my sample packs, trying to get a bit more organized and like have a favorites folder, a favorites for certain genres, you know, just so I'm not going to the same folders of my samples, and, you know, just trying to be, you know, a bit more streamlined so that I can stop coming out of creative mode kind of thing. So, yeah. And if you guys want a copy of my thing, of my remix that I've given away for free download, I will give you the link for it, or the link will just come up in the chat if you're watching on thingy, Facebook. But if you're not, just put in exclamation mark ITT. It's that time. I'll do it. There you go. There you go. And I'll also put it in the Facebook chat as well. Yes. So yeah, all systems go. I hope you enjoy that remix. And yeah, loads of stuff. I'm hammering the production at the moment, so you probably will see a little bit less of me on the old Wikiwar on Twitch. But you know what we do studio-based live streams as well, because I know you guys have enjoyed those. Hello, Zarek. Hi, everybody. So, yeah, and we'll get stuck in. I've tried to get through a few more today because we've got quite a bit of a backlog. If you are sending stuff in, there's probably about a 3-week waiting list. Darling. But please remember that my good friend Gav Hobbs, he is doing a very similar show to the demo drop as well. And he's doing that on a Wednesday on his Twitch channel. And I know that he was saying to me that he was struggling for content for his show. So if you are interested, please send him your music as well. Because literally, the more people that do these kinds of shows, the more chance that you guys have got of getting your music heard, get yourself signed, get yourself doing collabs, get yourself more listens, more followers. And that's basically what this whole thing is all about. And it also helps us to all be accountable for our actions or inactions, therefore of being a music creator. Scott, you definitely should. There is very little excuses these days not to do music production, because you have so many resources. We've got things like Udemy. You don't need to go and do uni like I did. You don't need to go and even do college or anything like that. And the reason why I went and did that was because of my love for teaching. And, you know, eventually when I grow up and get a real job, then it's going to be easier for me to get into the teaching realm for, you know, going through the system. But you don't need to do that. You don't. All you need to do is you've got to be passionate about it. And you've got so many great platforms that will give you loads of great information. You know, on Twitch, there's loads of people that do music production. Any questions you've got, just ask. We've got a great Discord. You can get hold of me at any point. If you want to do one-to-ones, I do one-to-ones as well, music production and DJing. But you're in a time now where it's easier than ever, but it's about how it makes you feel. It's about personal growth, in my opinion. It isn't about getting signed, although those things are great. It's all about the fact that you've created something. You did this. And a way that I like to look at it is, before I started, I mean, I've been dabbling in music production for over 20 years, but I started to take it more seriously about 10 years ago. And I remember around about 5 to 10 years ago, I heard someone say something, and that thing that they said was 5 years. 5 years is going to go, right? Whether or not you like it or not, no one can stop the passage of time. So wouldn't it be ace that in the next 5 years you learn something new? You put another string in your bow. You put another feather in your cap. Wouldn't that be great? Huh? Wouldn't it be amazing? Yes, Seamless R on YouTube is great. Exactly, C. James. And that's the way that I looked at it. I was like, do you know what? In 5 years' time, wouldn't it be awesome to be able to make my own music? It took me a little bit longer than 5 years, but it doesn't take everyone as long as it took me. I went very, very deep into stuff though, because I live with a musical genius, so it's difficult not to look under the hood of everything. It doesn't need to take you that long, but you'll get significantly far in 5 years. Significantly far. And the sense of achievement that you have from that, even that in itself is amazing, because it gives you something to distract yourself with in a very positive way. So, yeah. Dave Cook says, I started at the age of 11 and I'm now 35. Do you do it every day, Dave? Do you do it every day? See, this is the other thing about it. You have to be consistent. You've got to be consistent. Yeah, Dave Bosky says, I can't wait to see how far I've come when I finally got 5 years. Mate, just, it astounds me, because you've been doing it less than 5 years. You're already leaps and bounds above all of us. All of us. And that's kind of, hello, Roxy. Good to see you, babe. Like, but this is the great thing about this hive mind as well, is that it really speeds up the process for each and every one of us when we swap notes. And some people have got better skill sets in, I don't know, music theory, and other people might be really, really good at the technical stuff. So everyone's got something that we can all, learn from. And, it didn't come easily for me in terms of like learning learning synthesis, for example. But I started with silent, then subtractive synthesis. Then I went on to Vanguard, which was again quite a simple one, but you know, I could get good results like that. And then Harmor and Alchemy were probably the two first ones where you could actually add audio into an oscillator on a synth, which blew my tiny mind. And then you've got wavetable synthesis and, you know, all of these different ways that you can create and do sound design. And you can get lost in that quite happily as well, may I add. But if you don't want to do all of that, then you can, of course, use presets. You know, it's just good to be able to know how to reverse engineer them back. Hello, Eleanor. I think in 5 years, I have started making techno again. I dream of buying a TD303. I'm dyslexic, so I've got a, okay, you're making me think now. I've got a TD3. I've got it, so that's where I'm thinking of it from. Yeah, I've got the Behringer version. But yeah, 5 years, guys. 5 years time. You can't do anything about that time going, but in 5 years' time, you could have a serious skill underneath your belt, a feather in your cap, a finger in a pie. So do it. Come on. You've got no excuses anymore. And this is why shows like this exist, because we will help you. We're all accountable. You know, when we get together every Tuesday, that's what it's all about. Madder's 5 years in now. Yep. And there's a saying as well, because like I don't meet, but you hear like certain DJs from certain mindsets moaning a lot, right? And it's always the moaners. It's always the moaners. It's always the vinyl purists. Not always, but usually it's the vinyl purists. And they'll say things like, I've been DJing for 30 years. So, right, what is that? What are you saying when you say that? When you've been DJing for 30 years? Are you sure you've been DJing for 30 years? Or have you done 1 year 30 times? You know what I'm saying? Is it 30 years or is it 1 year 30 times? Because a lot of the time that's what it can be. Which is why it doesn't really matter how long you've been doing it. It's about the passion that you put in and the amount of explorative, creative blue sky thinking time you allow yourself. You know, it's amazing. You'll never get bored. You'll never get bored. You'll never get bored of it. And in exactly the same way as you won't get bored with DJing either. Or Moni. Or, you know, what's that meme where there's like a guy limbering up, like, and it's like a vinyl purist getting ready to shout at a young kid enjoying his controller. Right! I'll tell you something. I've been a DJ for 30 years. Yeah, don't be like that guy. Please. Please. But yeah, the same with music production. 5 years time, you'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot and you won't get stagnant with it. So there you go. So yeah, welcome in everybody. We have got quite a few. I'm not going to say them in order because usually I'd like to put, like, I'll play the tracks in the order that I see people in the chat as well. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, it doesn't matter if they've been around for a long time, Kevin. That's my point. My point is when they get attitudey about people that haven't been around for a long time and assume that they're better than them. I feel very strongly that that is not the case. I think a lot of younger DJs blow the water out of a lot of these older DJs. And a lot of the time, I don't care how good someone is. If you're a dickhead, I just will not converse with you at all. Not you, Kevin. I'm on about vinyl purists that feel that they're better than other people. So it's just boring. It's just the most boring. There's nothing. This is a non-event. Like, it doesn't matter, does it? It's really not that difficult. So, yeah, that's my hot take on it. So first of all, we've got Belasco, Not 2. Here we go.
There is only one. There is not ever in any sense many. Or even two. What you think you are, a separate individual entity, is part of this illusion. You are not the doer of any action, or the thinker of any thought. All there is consciousness. That is what you truly are. this illusion. You are not the doer of any action or the thinker of any thought. All there is consciousness. That is what you truly are.
There we go, from none other than one of my regular viewers, Kane DMA. Thank you, by the way, for gifting another sub to C James and to Tim Damage and to C Morton. Preville, thank you for the 303 bits and 111 bits and 11 bits. Wow. Really, really, really good track. It's I like the polyrhythms that you've got in there. All the sounds are very stylistically appropriate. If you guys go and look on his SoundCloud. I think this one is now available to buy on Beatport. Release date with 8th of December. Oh, so it was only released a few days ago. Brilliant. I'm so proud of you, mate. So proud of you. And at the moment, Belasco's only got 24 followers. Why? Come on, this needs to be rectified. Please go and give him a follow right now. Yeah, it's perfect. I thought I can't not say what I'm about to say without it sounding funny, but you don't have a muddy bottom end, which is great. Like I say, all the sounds were stylistic and appropriate. 7 minutes long, arrangement perfect. I really liked it. I loved the saturation and the good distortion that you've got on this. It's a great hard techno track, and I want to hear more like it. Yeah, I put the link in. Here's the link again. That's the SoundCloud. So yeah, make sure you go and follow, please, gang, because that's what we do here. So yeah, follow Belasco. Belasco is Kane DMA on Twitch. Yeah, really, really like that one. Next up, we've got DJ Comrie, and this is a remix of Space Brothers. Yeah, I really, really like that one. Perfect uplifting trance. So well balanced. Great melody and really nice counter melody. Lovely plucks. Didn't feel like it needed, a vocal or anything like that, because if you have a strong enough riff and the track's well made enough, it doesn't really need that to hold it together. So yeah, it's very, very, very well produced. So yeah, I really liked it. I liked the pads. I thought everything was very, very well balanced. Everything sounded perfect. Yeah. Yeah, really, really nice. I would be surprised if you couldn't get this, like, out as an official remix. I'd like to think so. I think it's Manifesto, isn't it, who did the label that the original's on. Maybe, but even so, it doesn't matter. This is a great remix. Yeah, you should be very, very proud of yourself, mate. I love it. Yeah, thank you for sending it in. And guys, please make sure you go and follow DJ Comrie. Links are in the chat right now. Thank you. Thanks in advance. Okay, next up, I've put a submission into the demo drop today. Yes. And I probably jumped the queue. One of the perks of the job. Yeah, this is my remix that I've given out for free download. And I will give you the links again in the chat. So yeah, I finished this one off. Q jumper. Yeah. What, do you think it's special or something? Huh? So yeah, this is my track that I finished last week. And I actually got this mastered by Dave Jackson, because I usually don't bother getting stuff mastered. But I wanted to see what the difference would be. Or if I do get it mastered, it's just a very light mastering. Or I might ask Guy to master it for me. But usually I've not really ever bothered. But I wanted to with this one because I just wanted to see, whether it would make any difference. And obviously the thing with mastering is it's not going to save you if your mix down's not good. But it will help you to get things at a level where, everything can be balanced, especially if you are like me and you have tinnitus. But when I sent this over to David Jackson, he said that it was very well balanced and it wasn't anything you'd have to do to it anyway, which was nice to know, because I do like mixing down and I do spend a lot of time on my mix downs. But yeah, just to let you know that David Jackson does do mastering, and for this style, I think it was good to go to him to get this mastered. So here we go. This is my remix of Marlon Hofstadt, It's That Time, and you can get this for free download. yeah, that's my new remix that I finished last week. It's out for free download now. I think it, at last count, it was at number 7 on the Hyped It hard dance charts, which is nice. Yeah. So yeah, make sure you grab your free download of that. I've stuck the link in the chat so many times, so I'm sure you'll be able to find the link for it. Yeah. And do you know, a good sign with something is if you listen to a vocal over and over again and you're still not bored of it. That's a really good sign. Hi, Gav. Thank you. It's nice to feel happy with productions now. From like many years, and all of you as artists will know this. And if you're just starting your journey, please don't be disheartened by a lot of your music in the beginning taking a long time and it not sounding as good as other people's. That's the point. And anything that is worthy, you know, of Hike Your Dynamo, of, you know, you investing your time, and it's not going to be easy. And that's it's short-term gains versus long-term gains. And for something like music production, it's not necessarily gratifying straight away. It's different from, say, like DJing. You know, like for me, like DJing's very easy for me to do. So it's easy to get up on a live stream and do a set. But it was very difficult to learn how to make my own music. And I think that was kind of the pull that I had to it, was the struggle. And then the reward system, the dopamine hit that you get when you level up. And, you know, it's all, like I say, I've always said that music production is like a parallel journey with self awareness or self-discovery. And you have to push through those moments, and eventually, yeah, every new tune is a learning progression. I mean, with that remix, I'm still pulling that apart. There's still stuff in there where, you know, I would like to change things, but you have to move on. And that's a good reason why you should think about having someone to master your music, because when you have someone master your music, it's like you can draw a line under it and you can say, okay, I finished this track now, it's time to move on, because otherwise you keep going back to it and you'll keep changing things. So yeah, it's really, really important to recognize when a track's done. And also, don't be precious. Don't be too precious. Hello, Skitsy. Don't be too precious about any ideas that aren't working. You've got to be really objective. So especially if you're someone like me that likes to do sound design, and spend a lot of time like making weird noises, and then like eventually you might realize that it's just not working. Whatever you do, it's not fitting in that project. It might fit in another one. I had this recently in a track that I've started today, a hard techno track. I literally I downloaded some geese noises. And I've made the geese noises into like one shots to be part of the percussion in this techno tune. Just because I thought, oh, that'd be fun. Like, whoa. I wonder what that would sound like. And it sounds epic. So, but it didn't fit in the first project. But I kept it to one side. Kept it in a folder of stuff that I've done. And yeah, it turned out that it wasn't meant for that project. It was meant for another project. And sometimes for your ideas, you could have a really good idea and not be ready for it yet. But always keep that idea to one side. Always keep MIDI files, little ideas, reference tracks, little samples, notes, anything that will remind you of what it is that you were trying to achieve. Gav says, yeah, if you've designed a cool sound, it's hard to let it go. Yeah, so maybe don't let it go. Maybe let it go for that project. But like I say, keep it in a folder and go back to it. So, it's not every idea is going to be ready. And also, this is another really good point. Sometimes collaboration is what will make something a piece. Sometimes two people can have two halves to, like in Bedknobs and Broomsticks. You remember that film? There was the Spells of Astaroth, and one of the characters has like one half of the book, and then the other character has the other half of the book, and without both parts of the book, it's pointless because something's missing. And that's where collaboration can come in really helpful, because you might be really, really, really good at creative ideas, but you might not be very articulate yet at the technical way of bringing those ideas to fruition, which is why it's important to do stuff with other people. So, yeah. But yeah, if you want to get your copy of that track that I've made, that I've just played, the link is in the chat now. Move on to the next tune. We've now got Addictive, the message. And this is someone called Ollie Goddard. I just need to say something, actually. I need to say thank you. Thank you to Davey Ravey for 22 months. Thank you to WFG for resubscribing for 5 months. Kane, as always, thank you for all of those gift subs. Love you, mate. Thank you for all of the follows as well. Give it a share if you're listening over on Facebook, or come over to Twitch. So, yeah. Addictive, the message is next. Okay, Addictive, the message. So it's a remix of an old trance tune. And I really like this. It's, do you know, at first I was going to say it's too fast. And then I was like, yeah, but it's freeform, isn't it? It's freeform. So to me, it sounds like it's freeform. So I don't need to say that. I don't need to think that. And it works. I think it works really well. Yeah, I've not heard any freeform for a while. And I used to love freeform. Like Kevin Energy, all that kind of stuff from years and years ago. But yeah, I really liked the kind of metallic sounds, especially on this outro here, this bit. And yeah, it everything sounds like it's got its own space. There's a lot of headroom in this, and I'm hoping that's because it hasn't been mastered yet. Because if this gets mastered, I think it's going to sound really big. Really, really big. But I really liked it. It made me feel like I wanted to go jogging. And I don't like jogging. But this tune made me just want to just get up and come on. We've got shit to do. Let's go. Come on. Go, go, go. Quick. Yes. Almost, it's kind of psytrance-esque, isn't it? That's what I love about psytrance and freeform, is this relentless forward motion. It's like, yes. Like the little portamento rip to the lead, yes. That's a Guyver thing, that as well. Just all ear candy. Yeah. C. James says, I've started jogging. Oh my God. Be careful. It's bad for your knees. Apparently. I don't know. I don't do jogging. But I heard. Just jog on the spot or something. I don't know. Yeah, so Andy says to me it needs a bit of a polish. That's, yeah, it will be a bit to do with the fact that you're on your phone. And it also needs mastering. It's got like a good, I can see by the waveform that this is a lot of headroom to it. So I'm assuming that this is a pre-master. And if that is the case, it's going to sound epic once it's been mastered. But this is the thing between getting caught up with whether something's louder or if it sounds better. Because they're two very, very different things. But yeah, it definitely needs a good master. And then it will sound epic. But everything's in place here. Like, it just sounded like everything looks balanced. Yeah, exactly, Gav. Exactly. Oh, now everyone's going off on one about jogging. This is the thing, right, with you. Like, we'll just mention one thing and then it's just like a constant conversation for like, what was it last night? I'm not even going to say what it was last night because it's going to set everyone off again. No. I need to know when to shut up. Okay, next up we've got... so yeah, Ollie, thank you for sending this in. Thank you. Did I give you the... Yeah, that's his... Please go and give him a follow. No, I'm not talking about it again. There were a few things we were speaking about last night. If you want to know what we're talking about, just be in the chat when it happens. It was nothing sinister or anything. Just weird stuff that we talk about, and then usually to do with Starfield or something. I don't know. Next up, we've got Vertigo Azania, and this is Insimbi. So this is very, very different to what we usually get on this show, but it needed to be played because it's just epic. And I've got a Spotify link for this artist as well. And yeah, it just sends you into another place when you listen to it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, please, guys, go and follow on Spotify. Please support these artists, because there's so many of you who really deserve a platform, and I'm so glad that Vertigo has been signed to this label, and so many of you are getting to that stage where you're getting signed. And yeah, have you just saved the track on Spotify? Yes! See, this is growth. This is how it happens. And don't forget as well, Gav Hobbs, who's in the chat as well, he does a show very similar to this on a Wednesday. And that's what this is about, is to get your music heard, get the word out there. You know, and like I've said before, a lot of you guys have now met each other in real life. You're making collabs together. You've got signed to labels. There's a lot of people who run record labels, including myself, who watch this show. And this is what it's about. It's so much better than just having to, you know, sending someone a track and then waiting for them to either fill out the feedback form. And I'm terrible at it. You know, when I'm filling out feedback forms, I don't put a lot of thought into it. Not like this, where we are in the moment, sitting together, listening to the track. So yeah, please send stuff for Gav to play. Gav's in the chat right now on Twitch. Send him some stuff for his show as well. It's really, really important that, you know, there's more people doing these kinds of shows regularly to get your music out there and heard. So yeah, thank you so much for letting us play this song. Thank you to Vertigo for sending it in. And I look forward to hearing more from this artist now. So yeah, amazing. So yeah, if you are an artist and you want to send something in, I think I saw someone in the chat asking about, is it too late to send something in? We've got like a 3 or 4 week waiting list, because I get sent so many tracks. I'm literally, there's nothing I can do about that. I am trying to get through them as quickly as I can, but I like to give each track, you know, a good segment of time so we can discuss and, you know, talk about it and, you know, be inspired by it as well. But if you send it in, send it to amberdpromo@gmail.com. Please make sure you head the email demo drop, and please do not send me any expirable links like WeTransfer, unless you pay for WeTransfer, and it won't expire. And the reason for that is it takes me a good 3 weeks to get to your email. I will always respond to your email. If I don't think it's good enough to be on the show yet, I will give you some feedback and tell you what you need to do to get it sounding stream ready for this stream. It doesn't need to be finished. It doesn't need to be finished. It just needs to be playable, because one thing you can't do once the music's out there, you can't suck it back in again. So remember that I won't have listened to it, laughed at it, and never replied, because I know a lot of people haven't heard from me for a week or two and they assume that I didn't like it and I'm not going to play it. I would never do that. I would explain to you why it wouldn't be ready to be played if it isn't ready, or I will email you back and I'll tell you it's on the show. So, okay, next we have got, oh my God, we've got Ferg 94. And this is a remix of Switch Disco React.
On my mind, day and night, all the time. You ain't even by my side, yeah. 24/7 fascinated, you got me infatuated. Feel the power in your eyes. Must be voodoo you're doing, it's pulling me back. Just a sip of your potion in my body. 24/7 on my mind, day and night, all the time. Like my body's hypnotized, yeah. 24/7 down the day, body still that you created. You take me to paradise. There's something about you, love that magic. Makes me come alive, makes me come alive. Head on fire, red hot passion, brings me back to life. Must be voodoo you're doing, it's pulling me back. Just a sip of your potion and my body reacts. Feel the chemicals moving, it's a matter of fact. Every time that you touch me, my body reacts. My body reacts. My body reacts. My body reacts. Think it's time that I share my confession. You've been stuck in my head, my obsession. From the fire, you get the heat, so burn it over me. Must be voodoo you're doing, it's pulling me back. Just a sip of your potion and my body reacts. Feel the chemicals moving, it's a matter of fact. Every time that you touch me, my body reacts. My body reacts. My body reacts. My body reacts.
Yeah, that's right. It was okay, I suppose. Yeah, it's okay. It's not very energetic, is it, eh? Lived it. Lived it, lived it, lived it. Yeah, Ferg, you've yeah, it's another banger. I do love your remixes. Yeah, I think it works very well as a hardcore tune as well. Yeah, Total Badger. So I've got oh yeah, you've sent me. I've got the file of this. So I'm going to be playing this in my hardcore sets. Love it. It's fun. It's energetic, and it's simple, but it's effective. It's got everything that it needs, and it's not cluttered. It's just everything's doing its thing, and that's important. Make sure you go following Ferg, please. Spread the love, spread the joy. Support up-and-coming artists. I still need to finish some tracks for my end-of-year mix I'm going to be doing. You better hurry up then, Hanya, huh? Because you've only got like 2 weeks, baby. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, babes. Yeah, so yeah, Coco Dillis has said it all there. So cool energy and happy vibes. Hello, Red Misty. Next up, we have got Draco, and this is another very different tune to what we normally get on the show, which is a really good thing because I always get uber inspired, not expired. Expired? Get so inspired by you guys, and we get so many different genres now and different styles, and you know, from so many different backgrounds, cultures, countries, and I love that about this platform and this community. Is we have everyone from every part of the world. It's amazing. So yeah, this is Draco and this is Mula. Cheers, James.
Look, yo, I might just pour the liquor and spill it same time she open her mouth. Same time now I'm watching it jiggle and throwing it in, she know from south. I hear she front and the patch got laid with that man, but giving her doubt now. Try my vine, giving her clout. Same time now here and out. I wanna mule, the drip, I'm a jelly, the clock in the wood. Fill up the lala and chula, the hala propeller, the smoking the wood. Good gagger, I dagger and dagger, I'm beating the wood. I might just mingle the flow. Now she wanna fuck with me, she wanna roll with me, she wanna play my song. So my mama don't roll the weed, but when I smoke the la, then I'm gone. More time and the feelings longer, don't smoke no more, you can't see like John. So why with the carry on? You wouldn't even know what bally on. With a boom boom power, the strally done. With a roll with a ski mask beat. I'm in a 2-6, like 3+3. Now my girl too bad, she wanna free some G. Give girl dick, that's demon D. Then block that back like TNT. After bust, I'm on D&D. Man, the right, that pussy like CBT. Like, do you feel me? G, I ain't no road runner like me. I'm a big man, OG, G to the G. This ain't a flow like TBC. Real talk, let's talk about me. You don't know the things I've done. Real goals on my face, then things get done. Like, look at the chins I've spun. I can walk anywhere in my town. People will beef me irrelevant. Draco elegant, this is my element. Got bars that small like rat. Got big ones coming like elephant. Get me crossed like pelican. More time, all the numbers are wrong. Who's my man? He ain't on what on the half. These man ain't beat where I gone like. Kill him with a rhythm and they kill him with a bomb. And they tell him when it's on site, they better run with the air gun, with a bare phone. Get a tear one, get an air one with the A1 ray. Yeah, what when they kill him in a draw for the team. And they kill him with a rhythm and they hit with the left one bang, that's him. Side with the bar, with the left right run. Might kinda when I might get your big nose bitten. Plasky must when I come with a mitt. Ripping A-town with a kid, that spirit like straight from the dome with the bars get ripped. Bad man, not bad man, side man. Draw for the team, get hit with a back fan. Goffman up and then robbing like Batman. It was it up like yo, we out from baby.
Hola, me llamo Draco, no that I care, but mucho gusto. Vida fantasma, lo que vivo, only we can see for the tip, bro. Now the baby loving their lingo, beat that drama, beat it like Ringo. Beef that bummer, beef it like Kimbo. Make that girl bend over like limbo.
Polo, like polo.
Oh, wow. Take a bow, Draco. I really, really like this. Takes me a little bit of like time to like properly listen to the lyrics on stuff, but you know, the stuff that I picked up on about Batman and like I love the whole there's like the London accent kind of thing going on, or the British accent at least, and then there's like Spanish in there as well. From what I can hear, that's what I'm thinking it is anyway. But I love this kind of stuff, and like the writing that goes into this, and then the ability to rap and then change the flow as well, which was what this artist is doing in parts. I mean, I'm very, very layman's terms when it comes to rap, but I appreciate it a lot because I love poetry. So I really, really like this. And I also like the very stripped back nature, you know, when it comes to like music production. A lot of us focus on everything to do with music production, but you know, this is where the heavy focus is on the lyrics and the expression in the words. And yeah, I just find it a we go. Another banger from Wilson Serrano. Wilson, I don't even know if Wilson's in at the moment, but I'll say what I usually say. I love his style of trance. I can always tell when it's one of his tunes as well. And that's a really important thing as an artist, is to create your sound. It's really difficult as well, especially in the early days, because we're still experimenting with favorite synths, sounds, workflow, plugins. You know, it will change a lot. And when you've got a sound, you've got to then get every single track you make to sound uniform. But you don't have to make it. It will just happen naturally when you have a sound. But always sound different as well. And it's something that I've always found really fascinating about certain producers, is they definitely have this specific sound about them, and Wilson's one of those people. I really like this tune. I do think it could benefit, and this is totally subjective, from a few more effects, especially in the breakdown. It felt a little bit bare, but that could also be what he's wanting to have happen, because then it makes the rest of it impactful when it all comes back in again. So it's a very, very small piece of feedback, and like I say, it's probably subjective as well. But yeah, thank you, Wilson. Oh, this one. Yeah, I love this one, listening to this earlier. This is the Lost remix of Age of Love, The Age of Love. This is also a free download. So if you want to get your hands on this, I've already saved a copy of this to my promos folder, because I love it. I'm definitely going to be playing this a lot. So I will leave the free download link in the chat for you all.
With me, move your body, your legs with me. move your body a lot to beat.
So good. Yeah, really, really lovely tech trance remix of The Age of Love. Love all the industrial sounds in there. Great use of reverb and, you know, just everything was very balanced. Very driving. Really, really well made. Well put together. Sounding epic. I'm definitely going to be playing this. Red Misty says, gone straight into this special folder. There you go. And it's a free download. So please go and support Lost and grab yourself a really cool track as well. Amazing. Amazing. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Yeah. Ben says that was an epic remix. Yeah. Really, really good. Next up, we've got Ben Corner, and this is Back to Life.
Our world is changing. Piece by piece we are destroying it. We can change this. We can bring it back to life. Is changing. Piece by piece we are destroying it. We can change this. We can bring it back to life.
we go, Ben Corner, Back to Life. I really like this. It needs a tiny bit of polishing up, just with some of the little gated, maybe they're a little bit loud in the mix, that kind of thing. Could probably do with another mix down, but I liked the ideas. I loved how wide some of the sounds were sounding as well. Especially the snares. I really like the snares in that for some reason. Really, really nice. It was exciting to listen to and different. And Ben said in the track write-up, new track from me, just trying to find the right label for it. So just putting that out there that he's looking to get that one signed. Please go and follow him on his SoundCloud. Yeah, it was a good tune. Good tune. Thank you for sending it in, Ben. Next up, we have got Gareth Murphy, and this is Can Jazzy Push Up?
No, I want you, baby. Step by step when you're moving in. When you come to the club and you're tuning in. Don't fight team head cause I'm moving in. 4x4 is cruising in. Oh, you got me feeling good. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, you got me feeling good. No, I want you, baby. Want you, baby. Want you, baby. Want you, baby. Step by step when you're moving in. When you come to the club and you're tuning in. Don't fight team head cause I'm moving in. 4x4 is cruising in. Oh, you got me feeling good. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby. Step by step when you're moving in.
There we go, Gareth Murphy. Can Jazzy push up? I think as a mashup, it's a good effort. I feel that it lacks energy in certain parts, especially in the breakdown here. Like in the breakdown, there seems to be like an actual volume reduction here. And I understand the theory, the thought process behind doing that. The volume has just been reduced over for what I can hear. The volume's been reduced on the master, on that bit. Kind of like how you might do it as a DJ, you know, just before, like in the breakdown, just to bring it down a couple of dB, and then when the drop happens, when you lift it back up again, people's base level of what the volume is has changed slightly. It's not really carrying through well in this instance. This is where automation comes in useful in terms of using high pass filters, low pass filters, maybe volume automation as well. In some instances, that's absolutely a good thing to do, but not on the master. And the reason why I think that is the case is because it's doing it on one of the booms as well. That one of the booms is a lot lower in volume. And this literally takes away all of that energy that you've then created from in the previous part of the track, kills it. So it's an easy job to fit. Oh, Gareth's in the chat now. Yes, totally agree. It was a very rushed job by myself, but wanted to share. Cool. I would tell you something that I learned that I found really, really helpful, and that's not to rush anything out, because when it's out, you can't get it back in again. And when you make a track, you want it to be the best that you possibly can. And I know we get excited and we want to share it with the world. If you need to do that, then share a snippet of it, share it on a phone, share it, like a tiny bit of it. Don't put it straight out there straight away, because it could be so much better. And you want people to have remixes or original tracks that you've made that are the best of your best of your abilities, because otherwise we end up going, oh God, I could have made that bit better, could have done something better here. If you're fine with that, then that's fine. But it's important to try and hold back before you put stuff out there. The other thing I was going to say was, this is a very easy fix to sort that out as well. I really liked the reverse bass. I loved how the kicks were sounding together. I also liked the arrangement as well. I thought the arrangement was good. I thought in a couple of places it could have been a little bit shortened, just so that you keep the energy. But I did like the arrangement. I liked what you did with the vocal, with that push-up track as well. Yeah, exactly. This is the whole point of the show is, when I say stuff, this is why when I say it, I can say it in a way that's helpful. That's why I'm always really like with people can say what they want to say on the show, but if I see anyone saying anything in which is derogatory or isn't helpful, then I will like stop that straight away. But I know that when I say it, it's coming from a place of relating to being in this position as well, and also I know I can articulate it in a way that will be beneficial and won't make you feel like you've done anything wrong or anything, because the reason why I do go back over the tracks and play them is because I can hear that this is going to be a really good tune when it's done. Yeah, it's experience, exactly. So the other thing I was going to say was it'd be really cool if there was a bit more percussion in there as well, like some rides, some skippy hi-hats and stuff, something a bit to give it a bit of groove, that kind of thing. But I think that's probably more subjective. That's the only thing that this that would be a technical piece of feedback would be that breakdown, just not having the volume lowering down in that kind of a way. But apart from that, really good effort, and I really liked it. Thank you very much for sending it in, mate. Hey, listen, there are no mistakes when you learn from stuff, and it's about being brave enough to put your stuff out here. And yeah, it's important, because that's literally how you're going to get better. It's really important. Next up, we've got Let's Go Alone. This is the Billy Drennan remix. I really like this, Billy. I think it's a great remix. Very, very up-to-date sounding. I love the bass line. And I think the kick and the bass marry very, very well, which is always 9/10 of getting any track together, really. Well, at least half. It sounded very clean. The vocal was clear, which is great. Yeah, like it's a very, very strong remix. I loved it. I really, really loved it. So thank you for sending it in. Guys, make sure you follow Billy, please, on his SoundCloud. Show some love, show some support. That is a tribute to the 90s, absolutely. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was great. Dr. Apocalypse says, do you think I should take what I've learned recently and go back to some of my earliest stuff and finish it? Or is it worth starting afresh after my 5-year break from trying to make music? What do you guys think? Put in the chat what you think if you have been in this situation. I think it's good to go back anyway, regardless, just to see. Because the thing is, after 5 years, you're not going to be emotionally attached to that music anymore. So you'll listen to it completely differently. Now, recently, I did a stream where I started playing a load of my old whips, my old work in progress folder. What I do when I'm making music, and I think this is a good idea for anyone that's making music to do if you're not already, is when you get so far and you've started to get to the arrangement stage, render it down as a work in progress and then listen to it as a full thing when you're doing other stuff. So you're not looking at it on the arrangement window. You're not looking at everything as it's playing. And what I found was I did a search on my computer for anything that had the word whip in it, W-I-P. And then I put all of those into one folder. And I just started to play through them. And these are tracks which, you know, some of them are like maybe 10 years old. Most of them are around about 5 years old. So I do relate to this question. And I was really surprised because I was absolutely convinced back then that a lot of this music was shit. And it wouldn't be something that I would put out, but there were some really valid ideas in these tracks that I had started but hadn't finished. So yes, I would say definitely go back and revisit some of those things. If they open up in the project, see if you can, you know, render it down and listen to it that way. If there are parts of it that don't open up, don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. But if there's certain ideas that you like, bounce them down, stick them in another folder. And like we said at the beginning of the show, there could be ideas in there that just you weren't ready to finish them at the time, but there'll still be valid ideas. And this is a good piece. It's a good practice to do whenever you're making a track. Instead of losing good ideas in a project and then you never finishing it and it never seen the light of day, render these little bits down, render like the riff, but then also make sure you keep a copy of the MIDI of that riff as well in the same folder. You know, anything like that, and put them in specific favorites folders, or, you know, call it like bits and pieces or whatever. And, you know, you'll find things that eventually will probably work really well with new ideas and new concepts and new workflow ways of doing things that you'll have in, you know, when you go back to it now. Billy's remix confirms my conclusion that nowadays there are competitions as to who will be more technically advanced to create a song, forgetting about the most important thing, the music. Billy's remix confirms my conclusion nowadays there are competitions as to who will be more technically advanced. It depends. It depends it all depends who you're making music for. I mean, I've got caught up in that. Don't get me wrong. I got caught up in, you know, the technical stuff and making sure everything sounds fucking amazing, which is hard. And I think that does have its place, because without having it sound really well produced, it's going to bring down the quality control. But of course, the most important thing is music. But it's having that balance. It's definitely having the balance. I know some people who are really, really technically minded, but they haven't got the creativity. And then I know loads of people who are very creative, and then they're not really good at the technical aspect, which is where they'll use an engineer. So yeah, it's about recognition that you don't have to be really good at everything. Like back in the day, you used to have like at least 5 people working on one track. You'd have your composer, your songwriter, the mix down engineer, the masterer, the singer, the pianist. Like you'd have the lyricist. There'd be so many people working on one track, and these days it's too much onus is put on having to do everything. You've got to play to your strengths. But I agree in what you're saying a bit there, though, Coco Dillas. I think, stuff is sounding very similar. But there will come a time when, and that time's coming around really quickly, where, people will just get bored of it. And it's not just people. Don't worry about people. Like, it's all about what you feel. This is an inside job. Success is an inside job. So, but yeah, it doesn't matter what other people think. You just got to do what you want to do. But I care about making it sound good, in terms of it sounding professional. That is, to me, that is being creative. That is being thorough. And I'm quite happy to wait for some of my ideas and shelve them for a bit until I'm ready for them. But yeah, everyone's different. Next up, we have got Cliff Richards. Oh, I see, Coco. Yeah, what you meant was that Billy's remix showed me how much I miss the older style. Go for it, then. You don't have to just you don't have to just make one style of music. Go back to the innocent you, the you that started to learn music production before you got worried about, will the label like this, and is this gonna get is it gonna be a hit on Spotify? Fuck all that. Just do what makes you happy, because I honestly believe that will express itself through your music. It really will. Don't be part of the crowd, lead them, says Red Misty. Or just don't be part of the crowd. Or you be part of the crowd, but be part of your own crowd. But I get what you mean. But I still do firmly believe that learning to produce well is a part of it. And if you can't, take your ideas to an engineer and let them help you. But make sure you've got to ask questions. I used to use engineers. So, I'd sit there and I would have a notepad with me and I'd ask loads and loads of questions. It was probably very annoying. But everyone's different. Yeah, so this one is called Cliff Richards, Camel Toe and Wine. Are you ready for this? You're not, but we're going to play it.
Just follow the master. Dreams Mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rain, with loves on the fire, gifts on the tree, a time to rejoice in the good that we see. Follow the master, follow the snow, 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 follow the snow, follow the snow. Follow the snow, follow the master, follow the snow, follow the master, follow the snow, follow the master, follow the snow, follow the
So this proves my point from what we were talking about before perfectly. This track was made in fun, in the name of fun. And it's also a bop. Like it's quite well made as well, but it's so good. It's great, isn't it? And there's a point that happened, well, for me, it's a point that happened for me, but there's a point that happens in a lot of producers, artists, where they'll do stuff like this and then they'll start taking themselves too seriously and they won't allow themselves to make shit like this. But this is where a lot of your learning happens. You know, like I've made my Donks of Praise and Savage Cabbage and stuff like that. That was all because it's easier to do something when it's a comedy thing, because if people turn around and they go, "Oh, that's shit," just go, "Well, it's a fun track, like just get over it. It doesn't matter." So it's actually a really, really good trick to do for yourself, is to do fun music like this to get yourself through a lot of those early day hurdles of music production, because you'll learn a lot to do with muscle memory, workflow stuff, just being on a door, just doing it, just doing the thing. And if it gets you producing, if it gets you creating, do it. It's so important. So important. And it's a bop. Like, you know I love this stuff, Andy. You know I'm going to be playing this. It's a brilliant tune. And you guys can go and download it for free as well. I'm going to give you the link now. I think that's the link. Yes. A lot of learning to be done in making music like this. Andy, thank you for sending it in. Thank you for sending it in, mate. I love it. It's brilliant. Fun fact, I had to rename to show my mum. What do you mean you had to rename to show your mum? Did you tell your mum that you made this? Your mum should be proud of you. That she then saw when I named it back to Camel Toe. What do you mean? Wilson, I read that completely differently then. I'm not even going to tell you what I thought you said there. With it, Cocodillas, yeah. With each track you make, you are always another step forward. Exactly. Exactly, mate. This is it. Wilson, we played your tune earlier. We loved it. We loved it. But yeah, if you want to get yourselves a copy of Camel Toe and Wine, Follow the Snow, go and get yourselves a copy of it. I think I've downloaded it. I'm going to make sure that I've definitely downloaded it. Promos. Okay, I've got my copy of it. Expect to hear that a lot. Oh no, I have already downloaded it. Expect to hear that a lot from me. And not just at Christmas time either. When I renamed, she saw the camel toe. She won't know what it means. She's a big girl. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. Okay, now we've got Yamanda versus DJ Campbell on another level. Here we go.
take an old school.
Oh, mate. Mate. I love it. I love it. I love the really like rubberized, rippy sound that you have. Like it's at the beginning, but it's also here. Yeah, I love that noise. Really, really nice. And I love the all-important key change in there. I love the little nod to no joking as well in one of the breaks. Kevin Campbell says, just at the start, it died a bit a few mins in. No, that's a breakdown. That's the breakdown. It didn't die, I promise you. It's just a breakdown. It's supposed to be there. Yeah, I really, really liked it. Really, really liked it. It's people don't realize that how difficult it is to get all of these samples working with each other in this way. It's a lot of sound design and sound shaping that goes into this. People don't often give this style of bounce the recognition that it deserves. It's not easy to make at all. And not easy to make and keep it interesting and energetic when it's already energetic in the beginning anyway. Like, I just love it. I love all your switch ups and all the ways that you think that you've taken it to the top, and then you're like, but wait, there's more. And then it's just like every time it's just, it's relentless, and I love you for it. I really do. I love your stuff, and you're so talented at what you do. Yeah. So, guys, make sure you follow Campbell. Please show some love. Yeah, really, really good. And yeah, I appreciate everyone's feedback and stuff as well on here as well. Everyone has been really, really cool And, you know, I like I say, I'm always really careful about the feedback that is allowed in the chat, as long as it's not like something that's not helpful. If it's not helpful, then just don't say it. But if it's something like, oh, I just don't like it, I don't like it, that's not helpful. But if you've got something to add, or, you know, like you've got something that you want to, that you think that, you know, you think that they would benefit from hearing, then absolutely say it. Absolutely say it. And yeah, thank you everyone for yet another amazing show. Stay where you are over on Ujma What's It Twitch, because we're going to go over and see. I'm going to try and raid Kutski before he raids me, because he always raids me on a Tuesday. And I don't want him to raid me now because we're leaving. So we might just catch him. My day off tomorrow. And I will see you on, I think I'm going to be here on Thursday. So yeah, thank you everyone. Love you. Mwah. I'll see you soon. Bye.